Hello everyone, this is Seek Technology, back with a new video today. Today what we're going to do is play Rolly Adventure game and Unity Rolly Bowl. So for this you got down Unity and installed. If you want some more things, there you have it. That's how you do it. Anyways, let's get started. So what I have here is my everything then before we go start. So I want to eat something.
Here, Bobby, take any last week when I put it in the table.
I'm not going to put it on the table.
So where are you gonna eat?
I'm going to eat it.
At the table?
I have to do, guys. It's because I'm getting ENT. Back to place, and there we go. So, anyways, let's get started. So I have here is my studio recording, live streaming, and it says connect this channel. We still check Discord. There we go. And I have themes, it's a default, and here it is. So I have here is my studio screen, some other things, much more, I like it dark, guys. Oh my god, record. Oh my god, current streaming. You don't need that. You don't need it. It says obviously 3. Okay, let's run this code where we shouldn't wish it. And that's I just want to minimize this. And now all I have to do. So now all I have to do is do something. Now here's Unity 2013, 64 gigabyte, 64 OS. Also, come on, Windows, open Unity, and it's opening. It says, as you can see, the Unity. So not utility, Unity. Unity. So let's do, so let's complete this one. Now let's do 3. This is episode 3. This is episode 3. So we're just gonna have to wait. Come on. Roll. It looks like the project is taking more longer than this. The project takes more longer. And it says now responding. What is this gonna say enough? Oh, and we're back. And this looks like another YouTube project is already ready. Okay, this here's DirectLight and the player. And this here, there's a component, a rich body, export it, input the script, and let's play the game, and press this button, press this button, press this button. That's good. Now let's see if we move this time. The move is this. Here. The move is this toolbar. There it is. Roll label. Let's minimize this up And go to GoPro. I'm going to 3 of 8. Go to Unity. So that's the Chrome's default. Get everything. Sync is working. Sign in or update. Gotta sign in again. You're signing in for. Please sign in again to continue. Not gonna do that. Siblings song I'm looking. Unity. What's the small list? Data all list. This is new list. We'll try to load more. Looking for. What am I looking for? Come on. Looking for Unity Rollerball. Unity Rollerball. Last time that we did. So there is. Okay, this is my video. And where's the other one? Whoa. Rollerball tutorial. Rollerball. So one thing of the game.
The underscore is optional. I use it to sort
We did play already, and now let's do moving camera.
child of the player game object.
Okay.
This is a typical third-person setup. With the camera as a child of the player, when we move the player's position, the camera moves with it.
It's a preset player. And when you spin this, it moves it. And when you play it again, wait for Z, doesn't do anything. X, nothing as well. Let's flip both Y and Z. That doesn't work. Well, if that doesn't work, go try. Also, when you press the player, and when you move this, it moves it. As you can see, it moves. We're just gonna press this button. And I don't know what happened, and that's still there. Come on, where's the ball? And when you move here, okay. And when you press this button, it moves. As you can see, it's moving the ball. And so that's the trick. Let's get back into this and see what we can do next.
When the player rotates, the camera rotates as well. Let's look at this from a position where we...
And when you rotate the camera, it doesn't work. So that doesn't work in mine.
We can see
So
both the player and the camera game object.
This to light view.
Move the player,
gonna
Now we are going to move
because
the player game object. First, I use it to sort this folder to the top of my project window. Now I'm going to call the scene
where's number
Minigame.
3 and do this.
The camera doesn't move
on my
and from its
YouTube.
current position cannot see very much.
To my
We need to
like
tie the
videos,
camera
guys,
to the player game
because it
object.
shows me the chart
First,
and I know
let's
how
set the
to.
position of the camera. Let's lift it up by 10 units and tilt it down by about 45 degrees. Next, let's make the camera a child of the player game object. This is a typical third-person setup. With the camera as a child of the player, when we move the player's position, the camera moves with it.
You move it,
When the
that
player
moves, so
rotates, the
that's
camera
how I
rotates as
move it.
well.
so that's how I move it.
Let's look at this from a position where we can see both the player and the camera game object.
I guess.
Move the player,
Move the player. And
rotate the
as you
player.
can see,
the
it
child
rotates the
camera
player.
moves with it.
It moves the.
Now let's reset the player and
Moves it.
test.
Now you reset the player.
We enter play mode, hold down the up arrow to move.
Hold on.
Whoa, what's happening here? Okay, well, as the camera is a child of the player's sphere, even though the camera is not moving at all, relative to the player's game object,
This
the player game object is rotating like crazy. So the camera's point of view rotates with it. Let's exit play mode. Unlike a normal third-person game, our player game object is rotating on all 3 axes, not just one. In a typical third-person setup, the camera, as a child of the player game object, will always be in a position relative to its immediate parent. And this position will be the parent's position in the game, modified or offset by any values in the child's transform. We can't have the camera as a child of the player, so let's detach it. Our offset value will be the difference between the player game object and the camera. Now we need
So
to
that
associate the
part
camera
doesn't
with the
evolve.
player game object, not as a child, but with a
player
script.
object. But the player was good.
Using
Player
the
was
Add
going
Component
crazy.
button, choose New Script.
First, did you the script?
We are writing in C# and name the script Camera Controller. And then click on Create and Add, or simply hit the Return or Enter key to confirm our selection. We should note, this way of creating a script will create that script asset on the root or top level of our project view. File Camera Controller in the Scripts folder and open it for editing. We need 2 variables here. A public game-object reference to the player and a private vector3 to hold our offset value. Offset is private because we can set that value here in the script. For our offset value, we will take the current transform position of the camera and subtract the transform position of the player to find the difference between the two. So in start, we can make offset equal to our transform position minus the player's transform position. And then every frame, we set our transform position to our player's transform position plus the offset. This means as we move our player with the controls on the keyboard, that each frame, before displaying what the camera can see, the camera is moved into a new position aligned with the player object, just as if it were a child of that object if it were not rolling around the game board. However, Update is not the best place for this code. It is true that Update runs every frame, and in Update, each frame we can track the position of the player's game object and set the position of the camera. However, for follow cameras, procedural animation, and gathering last known states, it's best to use Late Update. Late Update runs every frame, just like Update, but it is guaranteed to run after all items have been processed in Update. So, when we set the position of the camera, we know absolutely that the player has moved for that frame. So let's test this. Let's save our script and return to Unity. First, we need to create a reference to the player game object by dragging the player game object into the player slot in the camera controller's component. Enter play mode. And now we get the behavior we want. The camera follows the rolling ball without rotating.
Okay, play mode. Press this button. And now we got the behavior player. So this is why the PlayStation keeps moving. This is why I'm moving it. I'm not gonna enter that. Okay, so now when we spin this, it's a behavior. And it's the behavior. And let's just stop right there. And let's pause it up. And return to Chrome. And go full screen. And return. And we're back to TNT. Alright, there we go. Let's see more tutorials.
Even as the ball goes over the edge. In the next assignment, we'll set up the basic play area and create and place our special pickup objects.
Okay, and that's all. Next time, we'll do play area. So that's how we do it. So now, we're going to save and wait. And there we have it. Let's go to OBS Studio and go to full cam and end the video. So for this, you got down Unity or install Unity and like that, or install Unity. Then install. If you want to install Minecraft or other things, first you have to download, then install, and there you have it. So that's how you do it. Okay, we got 26 minutes left. I think that's the video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. The channel, Professional Business. Dowski Technology Business Channel. Business ads. And soon, and next time, I'm going to have ads. And when I have 100,000 views, I'll have ads. And I think that's for the video. Now see you all next time. And I think that's it. Now see you all next time. Now see you guys next time.